whatever he had last year, 31 points, 12 goals, 19 assists, off the top of my head, something like that. He's going to give him more meat and determination at the bottom of the lineup, where Zegras is going to come into Philly and hopefully get back to somewhere close to where he was a couple years ago offensively. But boy, oh boy, Rick Tocchet, he's going to be, he's going to be in his office a lot. He's going to be having to get this kid to mature and not be so flamboyant, I guess is the best way. It doesn't work like that in the National Hockey League. You're on your hardest days. You can't just be happy-go-lucky. You got to have a B game. You have to have a grit game. And I'll give the kid a little bit of credit. He was only like a -8 last year and limited amount of playing time. For the past previous 2 years like that, before that was like -23, -25. So he did make more of an effort. But when he isn't engaged, oh my goodness, boy, oh boy. He looks like Willie in Toronto, Willie Nylander. You know when Willie sometimes he does the blow by on the forecheck or something like that? Zegras has got a lot of that in him, and it's going to be a challenge for the Flyers. So I like what Anaheim's doing, though, and you know what they're doing. They're setting up. They got $33 million in cap space. They're setting themselves up for a big signing or two here.
Fuchs, just want to draw on your personal experience as a NHL scout here, because once upon a time, Trevor Zegras was a top 10 pick. Okay, we saw him at the World Juniors. He was a can't-miss kid. They put him on a cover of a video game, and here we are this week, and you couldn't even get a first-round pick out of him. And I don't mind Flyers taking a chance. I don't mind even Pat Verbeek saying, I can't win with this guy, I got to get rid of him. But did Verbeek just wait too long and watch this asset just keep circling the drain to the point where you couldn't even get a first-round pick back for him? What would that have done to, like, scouts with Anaheim or the organization in whole to watch such a deep an asset go down like that?
Yeah, no, it stinks. I got to be perfectly honest with you. There'll be a lot of questions asked, and the thing about it is when they went into the rebuild, they were going to be drafting the best available player no matter what. And then you're going to nurture that asset. You're going to develop them, et cetera, et cetera. Here's my take on it. You talk about video game covers. You talk about all the, like, riding around. And remember there's that, he's riding like a mini go-kart thing in Anaheim in the underbelly of the rink. Like, just smiley, smiley, smiley. Here's the thing, boys. On your worst day, this is how I scouted. On your worst day, and this is where I had a problem with Zegras all along. When I go scout a player, if he's high end, I know what you can do high end, right? I know what he can do. But on your worst day, I'm talking about when you fail an exam, you're feeling, crappy, you got a little bit of flu, whatever the case may be. When I can still see you perform at a high level on your worst days, now I know I got something. I think the Anaheim Ducks went through that process of seeing him on his worst days and just recognizing that when his worst days aren't even close to good enough to help us win games, period. And they did everything they possibly could. It stinks to send that out the door. It really does. The thing about it is they've had so much draft capital and they're so far under the cap for so many years now, they're going to be able to hide that. But it doesn't feel good behind the scenes. Marty Madden, their director of scouting, he does a fantastic job, has forever. But he's not feeling good about it, for sure.
So as you head towards this draft, you say that you don't talk to other people to get their opinion, just do your own opinion.
Well, nobody's there in L.A.
Well, fair enough. Even if they were, though, where does your opinion differ from the consensus in this draft?
It starts to differ. Well, I think it differs for some at number one, but if you guys watch that special on Schaefer on Sportsnet that ran, like, this kid he's all world, so he's number one for me all day long. But I'm off the grid at number two. I've got Caleb Desnoyers from the Moncton Wildcats going number two. Really? And the reason, yeah, he's 6'2". That some people got him going at like 6, 7, or 8, and that's way too late for my liking. He's a 6'2" kid. He's 186 pounds right now. He's going to be 210 pounds when he's done. He plays all situations. Okay, there's like a line in the sand for me at the top of the draft class. Michael Misa, Caleb Desnoyers, they can play all situations, right? Hagens can't. He's going to be that offensive guy, and he's going to score at even strength. He'll be great 3-on-3 in overtime, whatever. But Caleb Desnoyers, I'll take 15 less points, maybe even 20, kind of like what we did with Barkov back in the day in Florida when we selected him. You knew what you were going to get in the all-round, and that was going to make our group much deeper and much better. So Caleb Desnoyers, right at number 2, is an outlier for a lot of people. I've had some pushback about that. I don't care. That's where he's going to be for me. And I think that he's a top-line centerman that you build around for years to come. And by the way, if San Jose did pick him, you'd have Celebrini and Desnoyers back-to-back. I think that's a hell of a way to build your team.
What does a decentralized draft feel like a couple of days out from the weekend?
Stinks. It's brutal. It's no fun. Like, well, it's not no fun. I'm having a hell of a good time. Don't get me wrong. I didn't wear the shirt for no reason at all, right? But it doesn't feel the same. Like the combine took on more of a convention feel this year compared to the years gone by, and I think it's the reason that everybody's not here. I hope we get back to it. There are some kids here. I think there's about 60 of them, but the hotel it's not all decorated up in the NHL stuff, and you don't see the signs downtown LA here. You don't see any of that. Now, I haven't been over to the theater where it's going to happen, the Peacock Theater, but I'm looking forward to us getting back to the way we did it before, because that's unique. It's fun. It's great for everybody.
Just quickly before we let you go, between now and Friday night, do you expect more deals?
I do. Yeah, I do. I expect more trades. NHL roster guys. I think that I'd keep a close eye on Utah. I think you guys might even agree on that. Like, Utah's got found money at number 4 right now, moving up 10 spots in the draft. I think they're in win now mode, or at least get into the playoffs now mode. So I do believe there's going to be a lot of noise here before Friday night.
Okay, I promise this is the last one. Okay, Are we going to see some really goofy contracts come July 1st with this bump up of $10 million for the next 3 years on the salary cap?
Yeah, we are. Yeah,
like,
we are. We're going to see
15, 16 million a year kind of numbers.
God, I hope not. I really hope not, because here's what happens. Thank you for putting this on me when we're walking out the door. But here's what happens. This free agency class isn't as good as next year's, fellas. And everybody in the league is impatient. That's how the league, everybody's programmed that way. They can say what they want. They're impatient. So they see a bunch of opportunities to buy Christmas presents and throw them under the tree right now. They spend X number of dollars. And then guess what happens? Next year, when that free agency crop's even bigger and the money really has to be spent on that group of players because they're better, teams are going to be sitting there holding the bag, buying out players or trying to make Evander Kane type deals and whatever else. So if I'm running a team right now, I'm looking for shorter end contracts, responsible money, even if it means I take a step back or stay the same for a year. Wait this out, because goofy money next week is going to affect you long term.
Vooks, great stuff as always, man. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy your time in lovely California.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me on. Have a great day. See you, Sammy.
Good luck, buddy. Appreciate it.
Pro Hockey and Sportsnet.ca. NHL former scout Jason Bukala.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I like the point about Desnoyers. I don't know how to say it, but like if Higgins is going to be a one-way guy, I like getting the guys.
Okay, you know what stuck out for me with him is him talking about next year already with the free agent market and more money coming into the system and certain teams that may have to stay patient. So I'll circle back to Vancouver. Is this the year Vancouver